Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by the Rogue ST Woods and Irons from Callaway.
Hello, I'm Damon Hack. This is your Golf Central update. Chevron Championship in Rancho Mirage, California. October of 2021, the tournament secured a 6-year sponsorship deal with Chevron that will increase the purse to $5 million this year. For next year, the event is expected to move to the Houston, Texas area, ending a stay in Palm Springs that began with the tournament debut in 1972. One of the later tee times belongs to Lydia Ko and Brooke Henderson. With the new model rule in effect banning 48-inch drivers, Henderson will be playing with a 46-inch driver for the first time. She talked about it ahead of her round.
It's definitely been a big process, starting last year when the announcement kind of came out that there was going to be the rule change, and went through a lot of different shafts and a lot of different weights and et cetera, but was able to, I guess early January, late December, was able to pick one that I have in the bag this week that I felt was going to be the right club. Definitely missed my 48-inch driver, but this one's, it's good, and I think as I get used to the timing and the rhythm of it, I'll be able to gain back some of the distance that I lost, but it's just a little bit of an adjustment right now, but moving forward, I think it'll be good. The thought process on gripping at the end was just to gain back some yardage too, that I lost by choking up. So it's definitely, so when I talked about, timing and rhythm, that's part of it, just kind of getting used to that feeling at the end. But it's been working out so far, as I said, and it's definitely a big adjustment since I choked down on everything else. But I think it's what needs to be done to get to some distance back.
TPC San Antonio is the host for the Valero Texas Open. The course is going to be firm and fast. Weather forecast is sunny with the temperatures in the high 80s all week. Rory McIlroy playing this event for the first time in 9 years. Working on his game leading up to Augusta, he talked with Kira K. Dixon.
I remembered most of the holes. It was only a 9-hole Pro-Am today, so I'll play the back 9 blind in the morning, but it's fine. Obviously, Harry's been out there and walked it, and these yardage books are so good nowadays that I should be okay. But it's good to be back. I wanted to be sort of competitive leading up to Augusta, and this is a great opportunity to do that on a golf course that I've played well at before. So I'm glad to be back, and hopefully it's not 9 years since I'm back again.
You mentioned that you did a bit of a scouting mission to Augusta. So what did that scouting mission entail, and what did you find?
Yeah. So they've made some changes to the golf course. I think everyone sort of knows that. 11's a pretty significant change, and 15's a little different as well. And then there's 3 brand new greens on the course, 3, 13 and 17. So it was good to go up and spend a couple of days and just sort of get comfortable with, especially when playing this week. I didn't want to have to rush to Augusta Sunday night and feel like I have to cram all my preparation in those first couple of days. So I feel like I did the right thing. I went there, took my time over the last couple of days, really played a couple of good practice rounds so that I can really just turn my attention to this week, play good here, and then feel a little more relaxed going into the week next week.
What do you really want to see in your game this week prior to going into the Masters?
Just sharpness. Taking advantage of the opportunities that I'm giving myself. Sort of holing out well from inside 8 feet. Getting the ball up and down when I need to. Just the little things that you have to do right to keep a good round going. And the Masters asks all of that and more. So if I can see that part of my game and be really efficient in my scoring, I think that's, I'll feel good going into next week.
And then just one last thing, I have to ask you about Tiger and the practice that he's been doing around the reports we've heard about him walking medalist, and obviously he was at Augusta yesterday. Regardless of what ends up happening, the fact that he's even entertaining this idea, what does that say about him?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I spent some time with him a few weeks ago at his house, and at that point it didn't look possible. He's definitely made a lot of big strides over the last few weeks. And yeah, look, I saw him yesterday at Augusta. He looked great, but he was still pretty, he's like, I'm just seeing what's going to happen here. I'm going to see if I can make it round 18. And walking 18 at Medalist is not like walking 18 at Augusta. So, he's being very conservative, but, he's doing everything he can to see if he can play. And if he does, it would be monumental achievement from where he was this time last year. And everyone would love to see him there regardless. If he plays or doesn't play, if he goes to the Champions Dinner or plays the par 3 or whatever it is, I mean, having Tiger Woods around the game again is great for all of us. So it's great to see him up and back, and as you said, just considering playing next week is a great thing.
Rory with an early morning tee time in San Antonio, 9:14 a.m. on the East Coast, paired with Matt Kuchar and Jason Day. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great night.